Hi everyone, my name's Lisette, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you a really delicious recipe for Buckeye Brownies. I'm going to be making two versions of this. The one version is dairy-free and gluten-free, and I'm going to be using the Simple Mills baking mix for that one. I'm also just gonna make a regular version with these Betty Crocker brownies. So let me get started showing you how I'm making this. This is for the ones that have dairy. Now we're just gonna follow all the directions on the back. Nothing special. I'm just gonna fly through this pretty quickly. I say that and then I'm like, am I gonna be quick? I mean, that's the goal. The goal is to be quick. I always like to just kind of give it a quick stir, make sure there's no big clumps. The oil is going in, water, and the egg. You could crack that somewhere else to be safe. Now that that's mixed, we're gonna pour it in a parchment lined, I think this is an 8x8, 8x8, 9x9. I don't know if I should cut that. I feel like I should. Let me do that. Let me just cut it down a little bit so it doesn't like burn in the oven too bad. Why is this so difficult? Well, I'm going to bake this, whatever the box says. Right, now we're gonna start with the dairy-free, gluten-free version. This is really good. It's made with almond flour. It's also just like extremely clean ingredients. So I'm just, same thing, gonna follow the directions on the back. Let me get started here. So we're gonna add the oil, water. Definitely has a different consistency. And for this one, I'm using a glass pan just so that I can easily tell which is which. This one bakes at 375 for 18 to 22 minutes. So it's just like a totally different time and temperature, which just makes this a little more complicated because I thought I could bake them at the same time, but I didn't read the directions until this morning. So now I'm gonna get started on the peanut butter part. I'm gonna start with a dairy-free first because then I can just not wash the bowl because it doesn't matter. If the dairy-free butter gets in the dairy one, it wouldn't matter, but vice versa it would. So that's what I'm gonna do. This dairy-free butter is super melty. Most of them always are. I'm gonna add half a cup of peanut butter. That was a half a stick of butter, which is 1/4 of a cup. Get that mixed up. So we're gonna add the other ingredients. It is just going to be a pinch of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla, a cup of powdered sugar. Start with about half of that first. Scrape this. Bring this up. I think that looks good. So I'm gonna take this out of here, set this aside. Now we're gonna do the real butter version. Real butter and peanut butter is going in. Same thing, we're gonna mix that first and then we'll add the powdered sugar. It's the same amounts for everything. The only difference is you're substituting plant-based or dairy-free butter with real butter. Okay, let's look at this. Ooh, it's nice and fluffy. Looks a little different than the other one, but not that different. All right, let me get it out of here and get it into a bowl. I am putting it into a different bowl so I don't get confused. So I have this one and the plain white for the other one. Now it's time to put the peanut butter layer on top of here. I'm hoping this spreads out all right. I'm wondering if I should like melt it just a little bit. Hopefully it's fine. Ah! I'm pulling up the top layer. Okay. Well, we're in too deep now. Oh my goodness. That like top layer is kind of coming off of brownies, but it'll be fine. Because we're gonna cover it in chocolate. So yeah, you're not gonna see that. Wow, this is like challenging. I thought this was gonna spread a little easier. This is a lot more difficult than I expected it to be. And of course this is the metal pan, so I can't just like put it in the microwave for a few seconds. So I just have to keep going and hope for the best. A lot more challenging to spread. Maybe microwave the peanut butter layer for like 15 seconds before you put it on here. It does not want to stick right here in the middle. Okay, just stay there, please. Thanks. Well, that's that layer, and let me wash my hands since that was the dairy version. I don't want to contaminate the other one, so I'll be right back. Okay, now to the dairy-free gluten-free version. I think that this, because of the dairy-free butter being softer, I think this is gonna go a little bit better. Who would have thought the dairy version was more challenging? Oh yeah, this is going better. And the top layer of this doesn't have like that flaky layer that like regular brownies have. This is way better. And you're kind of pressing it more than you're spreading it because it doesn't spread that easily. So now we're gonna move on to melting the chocolate. And I will start with the dairy-free. I got these plant-based ones. They either have to say dairy-free or plant-based typically. You could also look on the back at the ingredients and make sure that they don't have any milk products in them. So, you know, some things are actually dairy-free and they don't like necessarily say it, but it'll say like at the end contains milk or may contain milk or whatever. So just make sure you look at that if you're cooking for somebody who is dairy-free and you're not used to it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is chocolate chips in a microwave safe bowl, and we're gonna use oat milk. Ha ha ha, that oat milk was bad. So we're gonna do almond milk. Glad that I checked that before I put it in. And we're gonna do about 3 tablespoons. Whoa, okay, that's about 3 tablespoons. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in the microwave, 30-second intervals, stirring in between, and then I'll show you when it's done. And I'm gonna do the same with the dairy version, but with half and half instead, or you could use heavy cream, but I only have half and half, so that's what I'm using for that. And that's ready to go in the microwave as well. And then I'll show you when they're both done and put the topping on. Start with the dairy-free version this time. I have the chocolate here. So I think 30 seconds, if your microwave is like not too strong, 30-second intervals is fine. But if your microwave is really strong, do like 20-second intervals instead. Just a note, just be careful. So just get that spread on there evenly. I just have a little bit more chocolate here. Let's get that on there. I'm not wasting chocolate. So let me set that aside, and then we'll start with the regular version. Now this chocolate, I don't know, I almost feel like it may have melted a little bit too much. You know what overcooked chocolate looks like, you'll see what I'm saying. It tastes good still, so I'm still gonna use it. But I say do like 15 or 20-second intervals if your microwave's really strong. Just watch it because it's definitely something that you can burn, even in the microwave. Can't wait to eat this. These are both gonna go in the fridge for an hour or more until they're fully cooled and the chocolate has a chance to get kind of hard. So we'll be back and I'll taste test both of them and let you know how they turned out. The brownies have been in the fridge probably for almost 3 hours. But I did check on them in an hour and they would have been fine to slice after an hour. I'm just gonna pull them out of here and I'm gonna slice them. I'm starting with the dairy-free and gluten-free. So you're supposed to get about 16 pieces out of this. So let's see how it looks here. Oh, that wasn't that bad to slice. I thought it might be really difficult to slice. Are you an edge brownie person or a middle brownie person? Because I'm definitely prefer the middle pieces. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, guys. What? Wow. That's the gluten-free, dairy-free one, guys. Now it's time for the regular ones. So I'm just gonna, same thing, pull the whole thing out of here. All right, let's see how this one looks. Guys, look at that. Come on. Can't wait to take a bite of this. Just so we have like a side-by-side, this is the regular one that has dairy. And then this is the one that is dairy-free and gluten-free. They actually look pretty similar. This one's just like ever so slightly a little shorter and darker. But besides that, they look quite similar. Okay, so now we're gonna do the taste test. I'm excited. You excited? Let's go. The long-awaited taste test. So I have both of the brownies here in front of me. You're just gonna see it better. Look at that. Wow. So that's the regular, yes. Yes, this is the regular one. They look so similar. I'll try the regular one first. After I pick them up with my hands, I'm eating them with a fork. Wow. That is so chocolatey. Oh my goodness. This is the dairy-free and gluten-free one. All right, let me try this one. Oh, wow. That one actually might even be better. Like, I really like the brownie because it's not as sweet as the other one, but I don't like things extra sugary as I made this recipe. I know. You know what? I gotta get another bite of this one. Let me tell you, if you are gluten-free or dairy-free, eating this is not a sacrifice. It is just as good as this one. Wow, so good. Highly recommend you try this recipe. Again, this recipe is not my own. I did the dairy-free version, but the actual recipe is not my own. So it is from Broma Bakery, and I will link her recipe down below so you can find it and you can check out her other things because I think she does have some really good recipes. And make sure you like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already for more videos like this, tasting new foods, testing out recipes, and learning tried and true recipes from me. Hope you have a great day wherever you are. See you in the next video. You're supposed to get about 16 pieces out of this. So what am I doing here? That's 4 times 4, right? Yeah, so that's 4 both ways. I have chocolate on my face. Oh my goodness, try not to make a mess and I make a mess. Story of my life.